Religious practices have been pivotal for African Americans since the beginning of time.
But from slavery to modern barriers, those practices have oftentimes been hindered. News 19's Mariah Wiggs takes a look at the history of Black religious freedom.
Religion has always been a staple of hope and faith in the Black community. While the first African Baptist church in the U.S. was established in the 1800s, religious practices by African Americans can be traced back to ancient history.
Many people think that when Black people got to America, that was the beginning of our spiritual journey, and it certainly was not. We've had our DNA has been tied to faith in God since the very beginning of time.
During the course of slavery, gatherings for church and prayer were often monitored by slave owners or prohibited altogether. Today, research shows African Americans exercise their religious freedom in over a dozen primary religious practices.
When we didn't have anything else, when things had been stripped away from us, resources and our freedom, and brought to a land we knew nothing about, the one thing they could not take away from us was our faith in God.
That faith is what provided hope to the Black community during their battles against slavery, segregation, and justice for equality. In its early stages, the civil rights movement began in the pulpits of Alabama. Black churches served as headquarters for marches, sit-ins, and protests. Here in Huntsville, Church Street became the center of the movement during the 1960s, bringing activists like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to the hub to speak on several occasions. Reverend Maurice Wright II with St. John AME Church says faith and community go hand in hand.
Even in Huntsville, we continue to speak to the needs of our people, the needs of the community. When there's an injustice done, the faith community comes together in prayer, number one, but also that we might empower the citizens of this community and speak out against those things that are plaguing us.
Despite centuries of activism, Black communities have still found themselves fighting for religious freedoms. Last year, the Oakwood Adventist Academy basketball team in Huntsville was faced with the decision to forfeit a playoff run due to Sabbath restriction. The story gained national attention after no accommodations were made in recognition of their religious practices. Orland Johnson is the Public Affairs and Religious Liberty Director for the Seventh-day Adventist North American Division and worked on the Oakwood Academy case.
Why is this happening to these young men? You know, no one should be in a position where, based on faith, that they should have to not be allowed to play.
The team caught the attention of State Governor Kay Ivey for standing up for their beliefs. The AHSAA voted to change a rule regarding requests for religious accommodation.
Probably the one that really hit me the hardest was a young man who said, well, we just felt that God gave us a test and we think we passed. And, you know, and when you hear words like that coming out of teenagers' mouths, you got to say, wow, somebody's doing something right.
Wright says embracing differences in religious practices allows the community to work together through oppressive matters.
If the church is going to remain relevant, we must deal with present-day issues. When you have people who want to restrict those freedoms, it really is detrimental to who we are and to our young people coming up. We've got to let them see the importance of religious freedom and make sure that we empower them to fight for their right to worship the way they want and where they want.
Oakwood Academy basketball team will be playing in the 1A semifinals on Monday against Otagoville. It's the furthest they've ever made it in this state tournament's history.
Well, research has shown that every music genre born in America has Black roots associated with it. From rock and roll to the blues to hip hop, the fingerprints of Black creators are all over what makes American music so unique, starting with the creator of the blues, W.C. Handy. Archie Snowden shares how African American music from North Alabama has inspired American culture.
Musician Pernell Cunningham plays the song St. Louis Blues, widely considered the biggest hit by the legendary W.C. Handy, who created the song while traveling to the World's Fair in New York.
And he traveled on foot because that's where he stayed under the Ayers Bridge in St. Louis. That's where the song St. Louis Blues comes from.
William Christopher Handy is known as the father of the blues. Born on November 6th in 1873 in Florence, Alabama, his accomplishments are preserved here at the W.C. Handy home where he was raised. His father, a strict Southern Baptist minister, did not approve of his choice of music.
His love for music was a disappointment to his father because his father wanted him to be a minister or a preacher.
But W.C. Handy followed his dream, leaving his home after high school and joining a minstrel band and traveling to the United States and Mexico and Cuba, which is unusual for a black man at the time, all while creating a music genre that became popular throughout the world.
He lived in a time when obviously, unfortunately, white society didn't really care that much about black culture. And even the well-educated blacks sort of frowned upon what I would call the raw Afro-American folkloric music traditions. My grandfather got lucky because he moved to New York City right around the time that the jazz age was coming together, and also the radio industry and recording industry.
The inspiration of the plight of W.C. Handy stands as a benchmark for the musical creative force of producer, orchestrator, and conductor Dr. Henry Panyon.
I would have to say that I'm a direct product of W.C. Handy in many ways. And to be on the Hill at A&M and the experiences that I got there, he was the first band director, I believe, at A&M, and formed the band.
In keeping with his inspired roots, Dr. Panyon has conducted and arranged for the world's greatest musical talents.
For their names like the Lionel Hampton Orchestra, and after Lionel died, I was the first one to conduct that band in concert. Before then, it was all Lionel Hampton. The Commodores, Lionel Richie, whom I recently had on the World Games with me here in Birmingham and arranged for him. So I've always been a sponge.
And the history of musical excellence from North Alabama continues to flourish. A.J. McKinnon of Decatur won his second Grammy Music Award as a producer for rapper-singer Bad Bunny, and says that he has studied the historical music accomplishments of North Alabama natives W.C. Handy and Dr. Henry Panyon, and hopes that one day he can join them in the Alabama Music Hall of Fame.
It's important for artists and producers to draw from the past, and hopefully maybe one day my skills will put me in the Alabama Music Hall of Fame.
W.C. Handy persevered through tough times in the early century to become one of the most influential black musicians of our time. Dr. Henry Panyon, who will be officially inducted into the Alabama Music Hall of Fame in March of 2023, said, "Our act of making art is our act of action." For News 19, I'm Archie Snow.
I am of the age that I lived through these things, and the stories that I'm telling, a lot of them are my story.
It's been 60 years since a first grader walked into a Huntsville classroom and in the process changed the course of Alabama's history. His message to the students of today.
Plus, history can mean different things to different people. The conversation worth having. That's coming up next on Sharing Our Stories.